Hey, what is up, you guys? It is Kendall Stokes coming at you with another video for the Spin Doctor and his Vinyl Mayhem YouTube channel. It is December 20th? No, it can't be December 20th, because a week from today is Christmas, so that would make it December 18th. Yes, December 18th. Excuse me, I think I'm getting sick again, but we won't get into that. Anyway, it is Sunday, December 18th, and it is a week before Christmas, so this will be my last video before Christmas, and maybe my last video of the year. I have not decided. I just want to show a couple, 3 records that I picked up yesterday, actually. Yesterday I met up with my buddy Chad Hovis. He came down, or up I should say, from Myrtle Beach. If you remember, I talked about in my Black Friday video, he couldn't make it, and so I picked up a bunch of records for him. And so he came up because he had a party to go to, and he obviously needed to pick the records up that I picked up for him on Black Friday. And he had never been to Noble Records, so he wanted to meet up at Noble Records, and so we went to Noble Records, and I picked up a few records while I was there. He did as well. But he wanted to look around, of course. He went to a couple of other places I know, but we spent some time at Noble Records, and this is the stuff that I picked up while I was there. Nothing too extravagant. I actually picked up all new stuff. Dylan didn't really put out any stuff yesterday. He was preparing because I guess today is his wife's birthday, so he was a little preoccupied with that. But without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to show you is this right here. This is Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger. This is actually my favorite Soundgarden record. I know a lot of people gravitate towards Super Unknown, but this is actually my favorite. There's just something about Rusty Cage and Outshined that just I really gravitate to. This was, you know, I don't know. This was, I don't know. To me, it's a harder record, I think. I think the songwriting's a little bit better too. You know, a lot of people, you know, they probably gravitate more towards Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains when it comes to the 90s grunge, and of course Nirvana, but I'm always pro Soundgarden and Chris Cornell. To me, Chris Cornell just had that voice, and I thought he was a better songwriter as well. My wife would fight me on that. She's a Pearl Jam fan all the way, Eddie Vedder, all that good stuff, but I'm a Cornell guy. Always have been, always will be. Definitely gone way too soon, you know, tormented soul. But I love this record, and I wanted to pick a copy up. Was not going to look for an original because those are just really, really pricey. So I was going to settle for a reissue. And so Dylan had a copy in there. It was fairly cheap, I thought, so I picked it up. I got a copy of Super Unknown coming in the mail, I know. I'll show that probably in another video when he gets here. But wanted to pick this one up because I just haven't gotten around to it, and used some birthday money. Figured I'd go ahead and pick one up. So very happy to have this. I will say when I opened it up, this thing was filthy. It was in a paper sleeve, so there was just remnants of paper all over it. Had to give it a good cleaning. Put it in a MoFi sleeve now, but this thing was filthy. So clean your records, because even though they're brand new, they are going to be dirty. So anyway, very happy to add this to the collection. Like I said, my favorite Soundgarden record. Now the next record I picked up was a Dylan recommendation. Now I frequent the Thursday night record bar shows on Facebook. Very good friends with those guys. Shout out to Tony, Donna, Doug, everybody out there in Wilmington, North Carolina at the record bar. It's where I spend my record store days, and every once in a while I'll go out there for a Thursday night show as well, but I always do them on Facebook. And Doug did a flip video before the Thursday night show, and there was a record on there that he said that he wanted, and so to be nice and you know, I was in the Christmas spirit, I bought him that record on Thursday night. You know, it was a Christmas gift. And he returned the favor. He called Noble Records on Friday, and then sent me a message and said, "Hey, there's a surprise for you at Noble Records the next time you go there." So when I walked in on Saturday, Dylan said, "Hey, a guy called in, and you have a $25 gift card here waiting on you." So I said, "Oh, okay, cool." So I was talking with Dylan, and I was asking him about a couple jazz records, and he said, "Do you like the funk stuff?" And I said, "Yeah, I like the funky stuff, because I as you guys know, I really like guitar-based jazz." We were talking about Grant Green, and he said, "Well, check this one out." And it was Calvin Key's "Proceed with Caution." Now this is on the Black Jazz label, and just look at this cover right here. That guy looks mean. That guy looks scary. The title just kind of says it all. And when you look at this picture right here, when I saw this back picture, that right there, look at that. Look at that. That guy looks like he wants to mess you up. Staff in one hand, guitar in the other. That right there. I was like, I gotta buy it just based on the cover and that back picture alone. And with a title called "Proceed with Caution," yeah, you gotta proceed with caution. And I had never really heard of Calvin Keys, and so I did a little bit of research. Guys from Omaha, Nebraska, of all places. And with a name like Keys, you figured, okay, he's gonna get into piano, but no, he got into jazz guitar instead. But I did some research, and he's played with the likes of Pharoah Sanders, Ray Charles, a few other big names in jazz and stuff like that, but never on any really big labels. But Dylan was telling me, he said, this is a funky record, and Dylan, I guess, collects the Black Jazz label stuff, and he said this is a really good one, so he recommended it. And so I sent a picture of it to Doug and said, "Have you ever heard of this?" And he said, "No, I haven't, but it looks interesting." I said, "Well, you just bought it for me." He said, "Good." That's what I was hoping. So Doug, shout out to you for this. You need to look this one up, because I listened to it and it's definitely funky. It sounds like it belongs in a 70s B movie. Really, really funky. Some great guitar, but also some great piano, synthesizer, some great horns, just some really funky stuff in there that just will blow your mind. A lot of, like, I'm looking on the back here, just a lot of drums, percussion, oboe, bass, trumpet. I mean, just flute, saxophones, tenor and soprano. Nobody that I really actually ever heard of on here, but just some really, really good stuff. So I would recommend this to anyone. Calvin Key's "Proceed with Caution." And like I said, when you see a cover like that, that's just something you got to look into. And like I said, that back picture says it all. You see a guy with a guitar in one hand and a staff in the other, dressed like that, he demands your attention. And he's telling you, you better listen, or I'm gonna open up a can on you. All right. So yeah, really cool record. A lot of just kind of well, just pure funk, and really glad that Dylan recommended this to me. So thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. You always recommend a lot of good stuff. So happy to add this one to the collection. Doug, I think you should add that to your collection as well. It's on the it is the Black Jazz, but it's also on what's the name of that label? Hold on. Real Gone Music label. Yeah, that's the new label it's on. Real Gone Music. So look that up, guys, if you haven't already heard of them. Real Gone Music. So like I said, really cool record. Came out in 1974. So yeah, really cool. The last one I picked up. Now, Jerry Stone, if you're watching, this one's for you. All right, Jerry Stone, for you. Jerry Stone, a friend of mine, met him through the record bar as well. We spent a lot of time together during record store day. He always tells me, you need to get this Christmas record, because for the longest time I didn't have any Christmas records, and I've added a few now, but he kept telling me, you need to get this one specific Christmas record, this one specific. I told him, okay, yeah, maybe one day I will. And Chad, my buddy, of course, he's big into Christmas, goes full out, and he has this record too, I know, but he has a ton of Christmas records. So when I showed him this record, he said, oh yeah, man, yeah. So Jerry, this is for you. I finally got the Charlie Brown Christmas, and I got this one. Dylan had a copy. It's the only copy he had. It was brand new, sealed. And the reason I wanted to get this one, well, it was the only one he had, but Kraft, I know, does good stuff. This is the special edition gold foil. There's about 1 million different editions of this, and honestly, I didn't really care which one I got, but I was when I bought this one and I came home with it, I was glad that I got this one because it's embossed, so it feels really cool. It's really cool looking, but when I opened it up, I was really surprised. There was a poster inside, and the vinyl looks freaking awesome. That is really cool, and it's really thick 180 gram vinyl on the Fantasy label, because that was the original. But that is just some cool looking vinyl right there. Really, really cool. But this is a classic record. It's actually one of the top 3 selling jazz records of all time, and it's a Christmas record, of course, and there's classics on here, Christmas Time, O Tannenbaum, Linus and Lucy, which isn't a Christmas song, but it's just a classic Peanuts Charlie Brown Christmas. Hark the Herald Angels Sing, for Elise, which obviously isn't a Christmas song either, but the Green Sleeves, the Christmas the Christmas song, What Child Is This? Like I said, Linus and Lucy. But yeah, this is just a classic Christmas album to have, and so I finally have it. Jerry Stone, this is for you. You can quit hounding me. I finally got it, okay? Alright? So anyway, it's just really cool. I'm glad I finally added it. And really cool to add this specific one. I had no idea it was on this special edition vinyl. So pretty cool. Like I said, wasn't much, but just some cool pickups at Noble Records. Shout out to Dylan, always keeping up a good stock of even new vinyl, not just used stuff, at his store. So good to see my buddy Chad. I know he was super excited to get the record store day stuff that he had wanted, so shout out to him. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like and subscribe, leave me some comments. Like I said, this will be the last video before Christmas, maybe the last video of the year. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoy spending time with your families. Hope you enjoy this time of year. It's a beautiful time of year. But hope you have had a great year. It's been a crazy year for me and my family, but wouldn't have it any other way. We'll see you guys on the next one, hopefully. Hope you have a happy new year. See you next year. Peace out. Love you guys. Bye.